Hey everyone, Tony Chips here from Chiappetta Shoes. This is Workshop Live. It is a beautiful Thursday, January 13th of 2022. We are coming at you with a little bit of a complicated situation. Pretty simple as far as the solution set goes. We have a lovely young mother, terrible plantar fasciitis, been about 2 years of dealing with this pain. She's been on and off. She came in, invested in a set of Saucony Echelon walkers as well as Power Step Plus with a little Met pad on there. It was working out well, but she went in to get a cortisone shot with, this is cool, she went in to get a cortisone shot with her foot doctor about 2 months ago, I believe. 2 months ago. A month ago. Pain is unilateral on the left side of the foot. So the injection helped with some of the nerve irritation that was happening on the bottom of the foot. She was getting some tingliness and some burning to go along with kind of the stabbing pain. Injection helped with the tingliness and the burning. This is again a young mother, and she works at Menards, putting in about 20,000 steps a day per shift. So she's on her feet a lot. Not lifting too heavy of items, but she's working. So since the injection, I don't see this all that often, it's been particularly a little swollen, a little puffy, and red. I'm not a doctor, but I said you should definitely check with a doc. I don't think that there would be some kind of infection or something like that, but she definitely mentioned to him. It's been about 4 weeks since the cortisone injection, and she's still got this kind of real puffiness. It almost looks like a post-tibia tendon tear type swelling. We see that just right at the navicular bone and kind of going right into that medial malleoli, inside arch, inside ankle bone area. And you know, the pain is nowhere near that, but it's all kind of at the base of the heel. So where we come today, this is a customer with an A6 foot type. She is dealing with unilateral plantar fasciitis, old school traditional stuff. She had been comfortable with a Saucony Echelon walker and a Power Step Plus. Since the cortisone shot, in this swollen area, anything that's contacting the medial arch is creating pain and pressure at the base of the heel. So we're dealing with this kind of contact issue that I don't have all that often. We're going to do 2 steps. We want to maintain the contour of this Power Step Plus, but what we're going to do is we're going to scoop out the base. We have a firm plate on the inside and a soft EVA foam on the outside. We're going to scoop that out. We're going to fill it with a P-cell, about a 20 durometer softer material, and then we're also going to follow that up, shift the pressure more medially. Like in one of the last workshop lives, I said we want to respect the longitudinal arch. So we're trying to shift some of that pressure more into the center line of the foot, take it off the inside without totally removing that. We're going to still level that off. So first step, we're going to fix this up. If you can see, we have a thin, about a 2 millimeter plastic core in the base here. Now, I haven't done this on a Power Step before, so we're going to take it with the Dremel. And I want to remove about this much. Now, when I shave it, it peels off with delaminating pretty easily. I'm going to take this trusty Dremel. So we're working on removing this. Typically you just want to cut the line and then pull apart the excavation area we're just going to cut the line real nicely here. Friendly reminder, Chiappetta Shoes has our winter clearance sale going on now through this Saturday. Great deals. Come check us out. We've had a good sale so far. A lot of good deals. Inventory's tight. Prices are going up on everything, people, so you know what? Good time to save some money. There we go. So we're just kind of removing the line, and then we'll cut around that spot. Now when we do this, plastic can get real hot when you're grinding it, so you get a little flex and stuff. Always, as Bliffy would say, first thing first. Safety first. You watch Bliffy?
No.
Too bad.
Sure.
He doesn't have kids. Plastic will just kind of melt as you're doing it. So. Okay, almost there. Almost there. Okay. So pop that little area out. Now I gotta soften the edges here because we don't want any hard edges. Ow. It's hot. So if you look, got some rough edges right on the side there. We're gonna clean that up with the Dremel first and then on the wheel. Taking about a 45-degree angle. Now, as a part of Chiappetta Shoes' operation, we do this stuff while the customer is waiting. We got to respect their time just as much as ours. But we don't like to make people wait too long. We want to reduce the amount of steps as much as possible. Okay, we got that cleaned up. We're going to take it over on the wheel. Just touch this with the fast right soft wheel here. The EVA delaminate goes easily with plastic. It's pretty common too. Okay, so we're gonna fill this area out with the P-cell. Now we gotta make sure that we square this off properly. So I got 2 layers of 1/4-inch P-cell, and when we do this, we want to square this off. So let's get the glue's on a P-cell. That's ready to go. You know, it's like a cooking show pole. You know, you gotta have the steps ready to go. People's attention spans, they're gonna. Well, how many minutes are we into this? Huh? Got a couple minutes. I hope you're sticking around. It's good stuff.
Is the zoom not working?
What's it?
Is the zoom on the street picker?
Dark.
Okay.
It's a work in progress. So we're gonna let this glue sit for a minute. Again, right side is happy. She hasn't been overcompensating. She doesn't have any additional issues. I asked about knees and hips. Her youngest child is 2 years old. This kind of all started around that same time period. Blame it on the kids, right? But that's not uncommon. Women, changes in hormones post-pregnant or during pregnancy. a lot of times we get people that have some kind of soft tissue implications when it comes to the feet. They're getting back into work, standing 20 or stepping, taking 20,000 steps a shift at Menards will certainly put a lot of pressure on the feet. So we got this. Right side is staying as is, as that side's happening. We're not going to throw the body off. If we're adjusting height or doing any wedging, that's when we want to consider bilateral type modifications. But if we have something that's very unique to one side, we're just going to work with that. So, okay, we got that going. On this specifically, Chiappetta Shoes is here to help your feet. I'm doing this both for any customers that are watching this, kind to show people that even with over-the-counter inserts, there are modifications that can help you out. We as a business understand that not everybody can afford a custom orthotic. Whether you're going to a foot doctor or going to a shoe store, there's a lot of different pricing options that you have. You don't have to get stuck into paying $1,200 for a custom orthotic. Most insurance companies don't cover them. That's a whole nother topic. But there's always solutions, and when it comes to looking at inserts and shoes, you have to take a holistic approach. You got to talk about physical therapy. You got to talk about your body. You got to put it all into the mix. I'm not a dietitian, but a lot of times there's that factor that you got to consider too. So you really have to consider the whole shebang. And a lot of times when you have this type of consistent inflammation, particularly in the metatarsal area, we oftentimes recommend hot and cold therapy. So with this type of persistent inflammation, I'll actually recommend regular Epsom salts, Dr. Teal Epsom salts. You can get the stuff with tea tree oil. You can get the regular, unblended Epsom salts. And soak your feet in hot water, 15 minutes. Take them out right away. Cold pack on. That's a great way for any kind of long-term inflammation edema. I'm a big fan of that when we're dealing with soft tissue inflammation. A lot of my local foot doctors like recommending that as well. Some people don't believe in it. Whatever is good. So we got this 6 mil P-cell. We're going to really help offload this spot. Now I soften that area up, and we want to make sure that if we don't support this midline here, that pressure is really going to collapse. So we want to make sure that we fill that area out. All right. So we're going to first 90 degrees, and about a 25, 30. Now you might say to me, Tony, why are you wasting all this time and effort into doing something like this? And I would say, when it comes to this customer already spent about $500 on this, right? I want this person to feel better, get better. And yeah, we talked about customs as an option. She's a young mom. There's I don't want to oversell and nickel and dime her. So I think this would be a very feasible solution that should help. Now I did recommend, because of this persistent inflammation, that she go see, or at least talk to her foot doctor about what happened after the cortisone shot. 4 weeks is a long time for an area to become inflamed post cortisone shot. You would hope that less inflammation, obviously. So that's something that I'm advising her to do. But you know, this type of modification, it's typically easy. This is probably going to take us, you know, front to back 20 minutes to get done. And we're respecting the medial arch here. We're squaring it off, but making it a lot softer. So we want to keep that hold, that support. An A6 foot type has relatively even cadence with the rear foot heel strike through mid stance, and we have a little extra rigidity within the midfoot bones. There's a little bit more medial line, internal rotation and pressure off that big toe. So it's not quite a chandelier shaker as Dr. DeCaro would say, but A6 foot type with the quadricep system it's not all that uncommon, and we see plenty of higher, more rigid arches. But she's right in the middle as far as the rear foot alignment is concerned. So she's a nice even walker. There's nothing special about her gait that I would say is a big call on. So. Give the area a little heat. In the oven. So we got a 3-step. I like to do 2 steps or less, but you know, this is a little kind of more complicated for an over-the-counter insert. The customer was worried about her shoes. She said, I might be walking kind of funny. Sometimes when you see this kind of blip up in the toe, the shoe might be too long. We measured her out, and that all kind of seemed fine. Her typical shift is about 20,000 steps, which is a significant amount. So, you know, even on a good shoe, we're probably not going to recommend more than 9 months if you're 15,000 plus steps. You know, you don't want to wait for your foot and your body to start to hurt. So you really kind of have to monitor. Wear pattern on the outside is one factor. How the shoe feels on the inside. Check the ball of the foot, toes, the heel, how it feels there. So. What we have here is a much more squared off medial arch, and the one thing we just want to make sure we don't do is we have this kind of defined line right here where we remove that plastic. It should be fine. The body weight's going to compress this area. We have a combination of materials, and you can kind of see it a little bit right there. The sensitivity is really based right on the navicular, or the side of the foot. So this should reduce a lot of that pressure. Now we're going to add a longitudinal arch bar, 2.5 by 1, about a 1/4 inch past edge of the calcaneus or the heel bone. So we got that about 1/8 of an inch right there. Okay, we're going to taper that up just a touch. So last step for this customer. As a quick review, A6 foot type. She has had plantar fasciitis for about 2 years, around the time that she had her last child, and she is a worker at Menards. She puts about 20,000 steps in a shift. She is in pain. She went and got a cortisone shot about a month ago. Helped a little bit, but didn't reduce the pain. And it also created this inflammation around the navicular bone, middle of the arch area, the scaphoid, if you will. And it's super sensitive. The only thing that feels good right now, I forgot to mention, is she's got a pair of UFO sandals at home, and they've been running a lot of the ads lately. I've been seeing those. They look nice. But we sell the UFOs as well. UFO sandals fills up the foot, but it's super soft. So that's kind of what we're trying to accomplish. Support the foot, give her a good base, but reduce that firm pressure. So.
You want me to do it? You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Well, come on. What? This whole time. have I been doing here?
You know, you're kind of like hanging out. In the
Oh yeah, I
garage.
know. I just look kind of looking like a jelly bean in the background.
Cole's new nickname is Jelly Bean.
No,
You heard him. He said it himself.
no. Come on, this I can do. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna let Cole do this one.
Yes.
So let's see his execution on this. All right, he's got placement pretty good. Now we're gonna give that one a pound.
That one.
So pressure is our friend. We got Pete over there working on something. So Cole. All right. All right. Grind her up, baby. Cole is working on his grinding skills. He's doing a pretty good job. A lot of times when people are using the wheel, they'll take off too much. See how he does. Pretty good. So the idea is that we're trying to focus some of the pressure down the middle of the foot and reducing it on the medial side. I'm gonna give that just a little touch. Touch. Good. Okay. Last note for the arch bar, we are using a 55 durometer microcell pup EVA. It is a firm material, but it's soft enough to not feel like there's any hard ridges, and it's going to push up. This has been Workshop Live. We have an A6 foot type, medial arch pain, inflammation because of post cortisone shot, softening the arch up. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to check back with us. Shoe sale going on now through Saturday the 16th.